Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on with y'all, man? It's your man, Painted Man, right here checking in, everything and whatnot, man. So, hope everybody is in great spirits, or hope everybody's in good health and all of that. So this your man, checking in with the post-game analysis and whatnot. I don't like this angle. Let me just put it right here. Hopefully it can stay. With the post-game analysis, right? Post-test analysis, what you want to call it or whatnot. But anyway, though, so today was my students' first day of taking their exam in my class, and hopefully y'all can hear me. I hope that air ain't too loud and that radio ain't up. But anyway, so today was the first day of taking their test in my class, and like I said before, in the morning, on my morning post, normally. Just moment transparency, right? I've been teaching at Toho now for like this would be starting my 6th year teaching at Toho. And this would be my 5th year teaching Algebra 1, okay? Every time that I've started the unit off with the Module 1 test, normally the result is normally somewhere between, I think the lowest has been like a 19% average, and I think the highest has been like a 23% average, right? But I got a different group of kids this year, and I was like, okay, cool. What we've been doing in class, they've been doing good in class or whatnot, right? We've been doing the different activities, a lot of avid strategies that we do in class, a lot of wicker, and a lot of my teacher friends know the difference, know about the average strategies, know about the wicker and everything and whatnot. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, everything's gonna go good today. And then I got the results, right? Now, let me just say this. A couple of things. There are some questions that are on this test. Well, first off, Module 1, I know I'm rushing, I'm like everywhere. Anyway, let me backtrack. Module 1 is on solving equations. That's what it is. Just basically solving multi-step equations or whatnot, right? My normal average that I normally have is, like I said, the lowest like a 19%. Historically, highest has been like a 23%, I think, or whatnot, right? But like I said, I think this year I was trying to aim somewhere around like 45% for the average. So that didn't happen. It didn't happen, right? Now, a couple things. There are, I think, like 2 questions and whatnot that were, I guess, scored inaccurately, right? So I'll get those, or the students would get those percentages back or whatnot. So that's one thing, right? But the other thing, though, man, so my average was, I think, 33% when I left today. Now, I still have a lot of students who didn't finish. Again, the test was only 6 questions. So as a reflection, what I'm thinking of is, for one, these students, although I still feel like they're better academically than the students I had last year, they're still freshmen, right? And they still have to build some type of mental toughness in order to withstand 6 tough questions. Like, again, I know us as adults, y'all probably thinking 6 questions? They need an extra day for 6 questions? And I'm like, hey, it is what it is, right? And that's the thing, is like, I think that when it got to the test, I think they just froze up and was like, man, I don't know what to do. What's the next step here? And it really showed me that they really do need a lot of word problems. And I'm going to keep stressing this a lot. Parents, do not stop reading to your kids. Do not stop having your kids read books or just read complex text or paragraphs or statements or whatnot, because that translates into the math classroom. And so I'm saying that because a lot of the students who were reading some of these problems or trying to complete some of these problems, they just didn't know what to do, didn't know how to set it up. That was the one thing. And I told them, I said, hey, in order to be successful for chapter 1, you just need to do 5 things. You need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, but you also need to know how to read and comprehend. But the reading comprehension is the main thing that gets a lot of these kids stuck. right? So a lot of them will finish on Wednesday. Of course, we're off on Monday because of Labor Day weekend, and then Tuesday we will start a new chapter. But the reason I say Wednesday is because two things: it gives them an extra couple of days to think about what they need to do in order to finish a test. But also Wednesday is our remediation day at Toho, so we use that day to remediate, and so I'm gonna use that day for some of the kids to finish their last problem or their last two problems or whatnot, and they will move on from there. So I think what I am going to do though is that I'm going to continue to be on their necks, right? When it comes to the word problems, like they got to get exposed to tough, complicated problems. That's one thing. And then two, they got to build some mental stamina when it comes to like just completing problems or whatnot. So we're going to keep the creativity going in the classroom. We're going to keep the avid strategies going inside of the classroom, and we're gonna see what it's like on the next chapter test. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I still love my job. You know, the kids, they're funny though, man. They're always like, look at my wife walking right behind me, all in my video. Yes.
You got an umbrella back here?
No, we don't. No.
I thought we had two umbrellas.
I couldn't find the other umbrella.
What's this mean?
That's some clothes that Mrs. Parker gave to me.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. But hey, yo, shout out to Mrs. Parker. That's my Toho mama. She gave me some really cool tough gear back here and everything and whatnot, man. But anyway, like I was saying though, man, we gonna be on their necks or whatnot. We gonna keep everything, you know, flowing like how we normally flowing. I still love these students, man. These students are night and day compared to what I had last year. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about sometimes when you have, for lack of better words, when you have a not so good group of kids, when you get a fresh batch of kids and it's like, man, these kids is like night and day compared to what I had last year, you're able to like pull out that bag of tricks that you normally would do, and now you're able to complete lessons and see how beautiful some of these kids can learn certain things when it comes to like different activities or whatnot, right? So that's all I got right now. I'm gonna holler back at y'all later. See y'all later, man.